Message and prophecy from God to Mr. President and the citizens of Nigeria, His Excellency the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Be careful with some of the people around you, because some of the people around you has strategized amiss to take you out and bring in a full-blooded Muslim as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Listen and listen carefully. I saw by the Spirit of God some men in your cabinet discussing this behind closed doors. This message is critical and somehow complicated, but I say what I have seen and heard by the Spirit of God, because the eyes of God goes round the whole earth and nothing is hidden before the eyes of the Lord God Almighty. They have used you to rise to the corridor of power so that they may take you out to bring in their choice of leader as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I saw by the Spirit of God plans to take you out to bring in a full-blooded Muslim as the President of Nigeria. I am not joking. Is only a message from God to help you so that the worst may not happen in Nigeria. You may not want to listen to this prophecy even though you come across it, because I stood against you becoming the President of Nigeria. Yes, I stood against you becoming the President of Nigeria because I represent truth, not evil. You and I know fully well the processing of the last election and the outcome of it. You and I know fully well the true result of the last election. I see beyond the natural to the microscopic secrets behind closed doors of men, because I see with the eyes of the Spirit of the living God. Even though you said it's your turn to be the President of Nigeria, even before you started saying it's your turn to be the next President of Nigeria, I already spoke about it, but only few who are with me pay attention to it. This time around again I'm sent by God to tell you you should be careful with the people around you. They plan to take you out to bring in their choice of leader. A leader with full-blooded Muslim that is well known and recognized as a Muslim. You are seen as a non-Muslim to a full-blooded Muslim in the northern region. This prophecy is somehow complicated, because God did not want you to be the President of Nigeria. All of a sudden God is protecting you from harm. Yes, God is protecting the President from harm so that the wrong person will not enter the seat of power through the wrong mist. That will be worse. Like I said before, God always have plan B to whatever he is doing. The President forced himself against the will of God, so God is going to use him to clear the way for a new Nigeria. Nigerians, listen and listen carefully. A new Nigeria is coming. I repeat, a new Nigeria is coming. God will use the present administration to pave the way for a new Nigeria. What Obi may not be willing to do, God will use this present administration to do it, to pave way for a new Nigeria. Also, Buhari may be called upon for questioning how he spent and managed the country's resources. I repeat, Buhari may be called upon to explain how he managed Nigeria's resources. It will get to a point when the present administration cannot cope with the circumstances of how the past administration has managed the resources of the nation. They will call for Buhari's attention to come and explain how he managed Nigeria's resources, and that may lead to something else. Let me not go further on that. As I have said before, Buhari has used this present administration to escape. I repeat, Buhari has used this present administration to escape. He never liked or want this present administration to be in power. He only used this present administration to escape. God will use this present administration to water the ground and pave the way for a new Nigeria. What Obi may not be willing to do by just letting it slide, God will use this present administration to do it before the rising of a new Nigeria. This is the plan B of God. When man manipulates the plans and will of God to get his own will done, God will always reserve a strategy and a mist to always get his will done in another way or pattern. God can use anybody or anything to get his will done. When men planned against the will of God, God will use them in his plan B to get his will done. When man is planning what he will do, God is also planning for his will to come to pass in another way or patterns by all mist. When all way looks as if there is no more way, or when it looks as if all hopes is lost, God always make a way where there seems to be no way. Nigerians, listen and listen carefully. Don't give up, I repeat. A new Nigeria is coming. God is working his plan B for a new Nigeria. If the president will see this message and take caution, he will be preserved to the time the will of God is manifested in the nation Nigeria. My name is Prophet Joseph, son of light. Jesus Christ is King and Lord forever.